that's why you should.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
Alarm off. Kettle on. Turn this up. Sun through the curtains, we already here. Whole tunes in, bam, coffee here. Yeah, you know how we do. Community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up, show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can write now. Break it down, put it like a lifestyle. Got the head straight. I'ma lay game plan, move, follow. Traffic and the weather, watch poppin' news from the block to the roar. Keep you in the loop. Community wake up, show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can write now. Break it down, put it like a lifestyle. From the front porch to the car, keep it like real. The whole town turn it up. Let the whole world know you rockin' with Community Wake Up Morning Show.
Good morning. Wake up. It is the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali, and we're here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves community forward each and every morning.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Today, our theme is Legacy Builders. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community every single day.
Yes, it is. So the vision is a stronger, smarter, and more engaged community.
Damali, what's up?
Man, my eye giving me a little bit of trouble this morning.
You know what? The wind and the dust that's been blowing around.
The Dust Bowl got me.
We're gonna start. I know Chicago is the windy city. But Tulsa has been the windy city for about 2 weeks. And we're in the Midwest, so stuff is kind of blowing and swirling and all kind of stuff right now, y'all.
All bad.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in on NYCU.FM radio station. Thanks for tuning in at KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice radio show. That's our youth program for high schoolers, where you can yourself jump in here and learn what we do behind the mic. Mm-hmm. Also, we live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. But like always, y'all got the best seat in the house. Because you're live in studio.
Yep.
Right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood.
Right.
The Community Wake Up. We want you not just to physically wake up, but it's a lot going on in the world. And you know we're going to get to it today. Today we got the doc that's going to be in the building.
Yes,
so
I'm excited.
Get that health. You know, we have February Black History Month, the Latham Foundation. But today we taking it up. We starting to bring the experts in March. And we bring them in, they get to answer your questions, the ones that I can't answer. And I can answer most of them. And I pass it to Molly. But if that potato get too hot, every now and then we bring in some bag up. Because look, we know what we know, and we know what we don't know.
Right.
So we're going to make it happen. Damali, it's Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday.
Very exciting day for me. Today is already 58 degrees. It's supposed to be 80 degrees in Tulsa. Now check this out. Yesterday it was like 45, and that is the reason why your eyes playing tricks on you. Mm-hmm. Because one day if it's 50, then the next day is 80.
Yes.
Where they do that at?
Exactly.
Hey, no, like where they do that at? You know what I'm talking about? But we all right. All right. Other than your eyeball, how you feeling?
Good. I'm pretty good. I got some good rest last night.
That's good.
However, I think I went to bed too early because I woke up at 2 a.m.
Ooh, so you got to watch them power naps.
Yeah, and I looked at my clock and I said 2 a.m.
Yeah.
No. So I put my phone right back down and went right back to sleep.
And then here's your issue: is when you wake up at that time, what you better not do is let your brain start working.
Exactly.
If it's 2, and if you say, ooh, did you pay that gas bill? Ooh, did you pay that light bill? Is the car payment done? If you just let one of them get activated,
boy,
and
it's
you know
over
what?
with.
And you better not grab your phone.
No.
And let one Facebook post say, I don't even really like her no way. Well, I got time today.
Okay.
Early in the morning. Now you done been beefing all night because
Right.
you was up. Now guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Right before the sun come up,
Exactly.
you're gonna get right back sleepy, and then
And
you're
it's
gonna
be
have
too late.
a different kind of day. Me on the other side, I followed my schedule.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? This is March. You know,
Yeah.
I got a goal. I got a vision. I'm trying to make it plain on tablets. So I went to bed at my host some 10:30.
Yeah.
Woke up about 5:15, did my prayer, did my meditation and all of that.
You did good.
Drank my water, like I be telling y'all, took my little vitamins.
Yeah.
And never fear. Uncle Charlie Mack is here. I always give myself a new name, right? We coming to the live in a minute, y'all. Don't worry about it. We coming to the live, but I'm excited about today. I'm excited about springtime coming. I'm excited that daylight saving time coming up this weekend.
Thank God.
You know, the only thing I'm not excited about is this war. If we didn't have no war going on, if prices weren't going up, if they wasn't shooting in Austin and shooting in Houston and some of those things, you know what? I would really, really, really be really, really good.
That was a lot of realies. Was a lot of realies.
Hey, that's what you got to do on Tuesday. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that was a lot of realies. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and do our morning affirmation. You know, this is week 5, day 22. Can you believe that? 22 days we've been doing this.
22 days.
We've been getting up at 5
I won't
a.m.
even say 22 days. I'll just say we in March now. It's another month. It's March now. We marching.
Yes, yes. So, okay, are you guys ready for the morning affirmation?
I am.
Okay, so we're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Oh, there go the fingers.
Fingers are up.
Okay.
I know, like
No, don't start it. Not today.
You know, I'm trying to. Okay. You know, I'm on the Lion King. You know what I mean?
Right? No.
They showed me how to do that. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Here we go. Today's morning affirmation. It says, "My story matters. The stories of my people matter. We preserve power through storytelling." So the first part says, "My story matters." That means my journey is not random. My experiences are not small. What I've lived, learned, survived, and built has value. I'm not invisible. Sometimes we underestimate the power of our own testimony, but your story carries lessons, resilience, and perspective that someone else may need. Then it says, "The stories of my people matter." That's collective power. Our culture is built on shared memory, on front porch conversations, on church testimonies, on family reunions, on music, art, and movement. When stories are passed down, identity is preserved. When stories are erased, history gets rewritten. And then the powerful part, we preserve power through storytelling. Storytelling is not just entertainment, it's protection. Before textbooks told us our history, the elders did. Before media platforms amplified voices, communities did. Before laws changed, stories stirred hearts. When we tell our stories, we control the narrative. When we control the narrative, we protect dignity, we protect legacy, and we protect truth. Because whoever tells the story shapes the future. So today, speak, document, share, and listen. Tell your children where they came from. Celebrate the wisdom of your elders. Honor the creativity of your culture, because your story matters. Our story matters. And through storytelling, we preserve power. And that is today's affirmation.
You know what? I'm feeling encouraged. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling like you're helping us to understand what's going on in today when so many people are trying to take our history away.
Exactly.
They don't want us to tell the story.
Yeah.
They want the ancestors that laid the foundation for us, you know, laid us the blueprint. They want that blueprint to be forgotten because it's nothing new under the sun.
Nope.
So when I'm hearing that, one, it made me woosah, because really that's the only time of the day I take 2 deep breaths. You know what I'm talking
The
about?
only time, huh?
You got to remember, now I got to say some stuff today, but it's going to have to be verified and authenticated because the doctor's in the house. But I heard that if you take 5 deep breaths a day, just in and out, that it adds time to your life.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
But it got to be verified today. Now I can't just say anything, but I'm going to do what I can do. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, that was good, Damali. And I think that we have to take time to breathe in and breathe out, especially if you got over 2 kids. Because if you got over 2 kids and you got to get them up, you could have been doing just fine. You got up, you drank your coffee.
The little attitudes.
You ate your egg sandwich. You was doing good. But when you got to go up and open up and wake up them little rugrats,
Woo.
you don't know how they feeling.
Yep.
You don't know how they slept.
That
so
part.
they can change your day. So what you got to do is woosah, meditate, and get your stem of patience long. So one, you can just survive to get out of your house.
Yes.
And another thing with the affirmation, you can be loving to your spouse, your
Mm-hmm.
husband, your wife, your significant other, and the kids, so that everybody leave home in a good space.
In a good space.
With a good disposition.
Yes.
With a good vibe coming into work. Because you know your boss, you never know what he or she might be on.
That's a whole nother topic that we ain't talking about today.
And look, when you get in traffic,
man,
with the road rage going on, you don't know what they on.
Mm-hmm.
So put yourself in the best position before you leave home.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can survive the day.
Yeah. So what we're going to do a couple things. So right now we're going to go to the live and acknowledge the folks that are on the live. Then we're going to do our news you can use really quick. And then for those of you who don't know Dr. Andre Fredieu, we're going to introduce him to you. But then for those of you who already know him, you know, because he's your homeboy, the doctor around the way, then we're going to reintroduce you. Okay, how about that? Okay, so on the live, we have Soror. Gina Goodson is on.
Welcome to the show, Soror.
Mommy's watching. Hey, Mommy.
Mommy's on Mama.
Yes.
Now, you made me some bread, and I had to go ahead and snitch and tell it today because it was so good. Mama. I got my hands on some milk, and I had that bread. So, Mama, I'm going to need you to feel motivated one more time. If you don't mind, for your son.
Right. Okay, we got Richie Anderson on the live.
Is Richie going to be cousin or brother or uncle today?
He probably uncle today.
Yeah, because he got all the stuff right yesterday. So at this point, you got upgraded in your wisdom. So your Uncle Richie today.
So he says good morning.
Good morning.
And Soror Gina says good morning, family. Love y'all. We love you too.
Love you too.
Dominique is up with his coffee.
He got his Folgers in his cup.
Dominique said good morning, community wake up family.
Hey, what's going on, Arkansas in the house?
We got China on the line.
China's in the building.
They in the building.
Hey. Up, poink, woink.
No.
Noink.
Stop it.
Oink, oink.
Stop. Okay, we got Willie Barney on. He said, good morning, Charles and Damali.
Omaha is in the
Willie,
building.
do something with your brother. I don't know what's wrong.
Willie, I'm calming down. I did my
He's
affirmation.
doing too much.
I'm trying to get some of that stuff out. We got a serious show today that y'all have to get your pen and your pads out for today.
So he just got to start.
What's up, Willie? Appreciate you tuning in, man.
Cousin Pearlie Newton is on. She says, good morning, family.
Good morning, cousin.
All right. Marquise Nelson. What's up, Marquise?
Marquise? What's going on, brother?
Jessica Brown Nelson is also watching.
What's going on, family?
She said, good morning, community wake up family. I'm a bit late, but I did catch today's affirmation. Thanks, sis. Yeah. You're so welcome.
Look, really, you wasn't late. See, the party don't start till you walk in, Jessica, because you're from Arkansas. You know how we do it down there. The party didn't stop. I told Damali, hold the trick lights, hold the DJ to Jessica. So when I seen that gold heel come in,
like I'm ready.
Now we ready.
Yes. All right, we got Terrell Earl in. He says,
what's
good
going
morning,
on,
fam.
Terrell? Look, you supposed to come in you supposed to come in. So let us know. Welcome to the show, man.
Okay. Ambrose Stevenson said, good morning, my wake up family.
Ambrose looking for his shirt. You got them, man.
They ain't got here yet, Ambrose. Don't ask me about no shirt. They come.
Look, now they started a war in Iran. And you never know where shirts are being shipped from nowadays. So if it got hung up on the ocean, blame Damali. You know what I'm talking about? But we'll figure that out later.
Marquise Nelson said, good morning.
Morning.
And Mama said, I got you, son.
Oh, man, that's love right there.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to move on to our news you can use. We're going to talk about local, national, and international. And these are just some things that, random things that we picked to talk about today. So on the local front, we're going to talk about school safety just a little bit.
Yes.
This week, Tulsa Public Schools temporarily secured 3 campuses, Nathan Hale Middle School and MacArthur Elementary School, after an anonymous threat was sent to the school. So the security measures, they included locking all exterior doors and restricting entry and exit while police investigated. Authorities later determined that no immediate danger was there, but they are saying that it's important for school safety planning and a rapid response. So they just took it seriously regardless.
Right. That's good.
Y'all stop it. Y'all knock it off.
That's what people are starting to forget. And that's how you know we living in some different times.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you got to understand, I only can go back to the 70s. So if you go back beyond that, then that's between you and Jesus. But if you at least came in, no, I'm just playing, y'all. Don't y'all get mad, Mama. Now I still need my bread, but hold up. What I'm saying is you got to understand that kids and the elders are off limits when you're fighting. whether it's
Period.
political or physical or war, leave the kids and leave the elders out of it. I don't know what people can't understand about that. And number two, shout out to we got about 400 or 500 secret listeners.
Okay.
That's in, and they texted me. I said, no, get on the live, show yourself and govern yourself accordingly. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and pulling up on us to listen to the show. But that's unfortunate that you got to do that with the schools. Come on, it's enough just to learn. And look, we already ranked 50th in the country. So we don't need to add threats and all that kind of crazy stuff to our kids' daily learning. What's going on?
I have no idea. Mr. B's just jumped in. He said, good morning, family love.
What's up, Crash Trash? My car is so dusty.
And it's going to stay dusty because it's supposed to rain today.
Yeah, and I hear some rattling. Yeah. So nevertheless, so when you're unclean and they can hear you coming, I got to come see you, Crash. So look out for your boy today.
Right. Ambrose said he's got some news everyone can use. OCD Cuts Lawn Service has openings scheduled today, so you don't have to worry about your yard all summer.
Hey, that's what you call.
And he put his phone number in the chat. So, you guys, if you are looking for a young lawn man, I can attest.
You can attest
that Ambrose does a phenomenal job. I can attest to that. So, you guys, if you're looking for somebody to do your yard,
support small businesses. Yeah. That's what we do. So give them a call because I'm sure you do Tulsa and the whole metro. So y'all, it's about 1 million of y'all within the metroplex of Tulsa. So give this man a call because that's what we got to do. We got to support each other, circulate them dollars in our community. At the least, you owe him to come by to do an assessment and give you a quote. That's the least. That's the least you can do that. Okay.
Listen, I want to give a huge shout out to Glenda Porter because you know what she just told us?
What she did?
Some news we can use.
What's that?
Today is International Pancake Day.
Oh yeah, that is.
So you get a free stack of pancakes at IHOP. From 7:00 a.m. until 7:00 p.m. today.
So we was going to do the medical report, but with this breaking news, I have just not decided. And if y'all if you're not from Tulsa, come on your way. We're going to hold you some. It's time to go. I am going to get some pancakes today.
Yes. Okay, we got Nico Shepherd Cook on. She says, and the spouses are off limits too.
And the spouses are off limits. Nico, where you living? It's not like we can find you because she'll be in Baltimore, Maryland. And
she in a bunker. She in a bunker somewhere.
You're in a bunker, Nico. Let the people we want to give you a shout out. We want to give your city a shout out, Nico. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't say you was in the bunker. I don't even know why Damali said that. But anyway,
she hide now. Okay, let's flip on over to the national scene. On the national scene, public health officials are reporting a rise in measles outbreak in Florida, making it one of the top states affected. Medical experts continue to stress the importance of up-to-date vaccinations, especially for families with young children. And we'll talk to the doctor about that as well. And number two, there's a national security and cyber safety alert. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but we want to re-emphasize this. As global tensions increase in parts of the Middle East, federal cybersecurity advisories continue to emphasize vigilance against online scams and potential low-level cyber attacks targeting individuals and small businesses. I'll say that again, and small businesses. Now, this is of great concern to me because most of the time, small businesses don't have the resources and the back offices available to even monitor this stuff. So, we got to do a really good job of making sure that we are paying attention because what we don't need is for our small businesses to be shut down, with internet and Wi-Fi and all that stuff, and we can't function.
Well, let me do this because the small business, I can adjust to that a little bit. But see, you scared me at the measles and the mumps. So just give me a second.
I didn't say nothing about no mumps. I said measles.
Oh, but hold on. I don't know the difference between the measles and the mumps. Do you? So,
I really don't, but it says measles.
Which one you put sardine on your jawline?
I don't know.
It is one.
Mumps. Maybe mumps. It's
maybe mumps. They put you swell up a little bit.
Yeah, it's the mumps because my brother had the mumps. Yeah, I remember that.
The measles and the mumps.
Yeah, we'll talk to the doctor about that.
We'll ask him about that. The doctor's in the house. What's the difference? Do y'all know the difference on the live? Don't judge me between the measles and the mumps. Because people sitting there like, dang, I don't know either. But at least I'm not saying it live. See, you gotta leave me hanging like that. Right. Don't y'all do that to me. Now I don't know Taco Tuesday.
Right.
Okay, we go back to
Ambrose said he gives free estimates. Anna Marie Baker is now on. She said, good morning, family.
Welcome to the show, Anna Marie Baker, St. Louis, by the way of Dallas.
Yes.
Right now, welcome to the show.
Nico says she's in Philadelphia.
See that? I told you. In a bunker?
See, I was going to leave the bunker alone. I did say that.
Philly, welcome to the show.
Yes. Uncle Brian is now on. He said, good morning, guys. Charles, acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. You highest, Uncle Brian.
Uncle Brian said there is still a partial shutdown of the government going on. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Uncle Brian said mumps. I don't know why he's saying mumps, but he said mumps. Maybe mumps is where you put sardines on. Maybe that's what he was saying, because that was the question that you asked. Okay. So on the international level, the World Health Organization is working to integrate traditional and complementary medicine practices into global health systems, expanding research and access worldwide. This move, advocates say, will improve inclusive healthcare options globally. So that's a good thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And then they're talking about global tourism. They're saying countries around the world are announcing international tourism initiatives in 2026 aimed at bringing visitors back after pandemic downturns, which would influence travel costs, airline routes, and global commerce.
I got to stop fighting first.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
I appreciate the effort, but right now it is nothing you can do to get me. Because when I travel now, I'm going underwater. I mean, I ain't got time. I'm finna get me a submarine. You don't know now, brother, with a submarine. See, you don't hear the yachts and all that.
Right.
See, I'm getting a submarine. I need investors.
Right.
Because at this point, I just don't even want to be visible. We going down by the whales into the depths of the ocean and see all the ships and all that stuff.
Right.
Because I ain't got time to be visible right now.
I know, right?
Yeah, I got time for that, man. But see, the thing about it is the world, people, local, national, international, are trying to move forward in a good way.
Yeah.
But then you end up with the individual that just is not seeing the vision of what we are trying to do. We're trying to have unity. We're trying to heal. We're trying to move forward. And one person make one decision, Damali, and just sets back the whole world.
Exactly.
It's just disheartening and it's sad. We're going to get the thought on that too, but I don't want to get them fired up.
Okay.
You know, I want to let them stay focused because we're going to do the medical stuff. But anyway, what else we got? So
from local schools to community heritage to national health and global cooperation, these stories shape our lives daily, whether it's how we protect our children, celebrate our city's legacy, or prepare for future opportunities. Staying informed helps you make better decisions for your family, your business, and your community. So that has been our news you can use. So I think we need to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to introduce the doctor to those of you who may not know him.
Hey, you're on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back. The medical report is going down, the first edition of 2026.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackintulsa.com. fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Turn me up. They call me Charlie Max, and my rap is not whack, huh? My bad. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We live on NYCU.FM. We live at KBOB 89.9 FM, where Uncle Bobby allows us to tell our story our way. And we live on YouTube, the official World One Development News You Can Use. Damali, I was about to drop a bar.
Man,
and you cut me off.
They cut
I was right in the middle of it.
No.
You know what I was going to be in the BET Awards. That's for me here.
With one bar.
Y'all, we live.
BET Awards. Okay.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood. Hey, where the blueprint was created. And we appreciate all y'all tuning in with us today. It's a very special day.
Yeah.
It's March. We're going into the spring. We're springing forward this weekend.
Thank God.
Gonna get a little more daylight. Gonna get a little more vitamin D.
Yes.
But Damali, we got our special guest live in studio today.
So before we go there, AJ said, "Good morning, family."
Oh, Mr. Energizer, the satellite dish has emerged. Our Arkansas ambassador in the J-Bone Lounge. Never fear, he is here.
Dr. Tamika Rogers said, "Good morning, cousins. Let's go."
Dr. Tamika, that's what I'm talking about. We ready?
Yes.
We ready?
Soror Stacy Nicholson Reese said, "Good morning, Charles. Got them bars this morning."
Hey, turn me up. No, I'm just playing. Don't turn me down. Turn me down. Thanks, Sora. See, so that's some Little Rock love for you right there.
Right. Gonna hype you up anyway. Sora, don't do it to yourself. All right, so family, this morning we're going to continue our conversation. We're going to be talking about language, storytelling, and memory, which is why we have the perfect person in studio today. He's going to help us with that. Joining us today is Dr. Andre Fredieu. He is a respected neurologist. See, I'm supposed to give his real bio, this whole bio for him today.
Right.
He's a respected neurologist whose work centers on the brain, the very organ that allows us to speak, remember, tell stories, and preserve legacy. Because when we talk about storytelling, we're talking about memory. When we talk about language, we're talking about neural pathways. When we talk about culture being passed down from generations to generations, we're talking about how the brain stores, processes, and expresses information. Dr. Fredieu understands how memory is formed, language is processed, and trauma affects cognition, and how neurological health impacts our ability to communicate and connect. And if storytelling preserves power, then brain health preserves storytelling. If we protect the brain, we protect the narrative. So today, we're going to have our very own. He's been with us for 6 years, so he just took a little vacation.
A little small one. We gave him a little break. Gave him a little break.
But we're going to drop his drop right now.
Chilling on the corner in my 6'4". Hypertension and stress. I don't need no more. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. The doctor's at the door, ready to make an entrance.
The doctor's in.
Doctor, please help us save the world.
Oh, yeah. It's time for the medical report with Dr. Andre Fredieu. Right here, right now, with Charles and Damali on World One Development's News You Can Use.
What's up, Doc?
It gets me every time. every time.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
The doctor's in the building, man. Welcome back. Look, Happy New Year. Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Happy LA Day. I know you celebrate some other stuff. The Dodgers. Happy Dodgers. Happy Lakers. And anything that comes along with it. Doc, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good. Listen, I want to give you guys your props. This is beautiful. It is so needed.
Yeah.
As we're commuting into our jobs, sometimes we're on our way home from our jobs.
Sometimes we're just trying to get them kids up.
Yes.
Trying to keep that stress level down. And so those salutations is incredibly important. It's just a beautiful thing to see people who love their community, who just want to shed a wonderful word and a prayer over us as we start off our day. So
yes,
this is beautiful. I just want to give you guys your props. I want to give Uncle Bobby his props.
Yes.
None of this would be possible without Uncle Bobby, who's been a pillar of the community. And I want to give JB his props.
Come on.
Every time that gets dropped, it just brings a smile.
I know what really happens to every time he said chilling on the street in my 6'4", you can see yourself doing that.
I can see that.
Hypertension and stress. I don't need no more.
I can see all of that.
Yes.
Doc, we got a lot of people, local, national, international, that's come in, and we appreciate them, of course, as well. But it meant a lot of them have not seen you before. But, people always want a little background, want to know where you're from. So if you don't mind, just give the people a little bit into your world.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm originally from Los Angeles. My wife and I born and raised in Los Angeles. Did all of my medical school training, all of my training from undergraduate through medical school, through fellowships at UCLA.
Okay.
Been here in Tulsa for about 10 years. It's going to be 11 years pretty soon here.
Man.
And it has been a wonderful journey. God, what's the old saying about God laughs when you tell him what you're going to do?
Yeah.
So I had no intention of being in Oklahoma, but an opportunity presented itself for me to be on the ground floor building a neuroscience center and at Hillcrest Medical Center. Let me shout out my people there.
Right.
And it's been a fantastic journey. My children have wonderful times and memories here. And my wife, who is now a real estate agent, who is doing her thing. She has blossomed her greatest since being here.
Yes.
She is loved in our community, and it's been a wonderful time here.
Yes.
That is awesome. So what you do at Hillcrest now?
Well, I'm the medical director of the neuroscience program. So,
man, kudos. Hold on.
Yes,
let me do a little hand clap. I can't let just stuff go back.
Yes.
And before my wife calls in, I'm also the president of the medical staff. So,
man,
yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's huge.
I appreciate it. So, just trying to affect the culture in my own way. I'm an African American, so I want to make sure that my people are taken care of. I'd like my people to be taken care of first and foremost, because there have been atrocities that have been placed upon us, as well as lack of access, lack of accountability. So if we can't lean into our own, then nobody can lean into us. So
absolutely.
Again, I want to give you guys props because you guys have always leaned into your own. So I appreciate that.
Let me ask you this, Doc, before we just dive into it. You always hear when it comes down to our community, high blood pressure, you always hear diabetes, you always hear, all these negativities. And not just that, when you get into the other areas, crime or this, doing bad, but you're a brother too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
so as a person that's in a position that can have a different lens, so that when it comes down to heart attacks and strokes, and we lead all of that stuff, what are some of the things that us as African Americans may not understand about those things and why we in those positions? Because sometimes, regardless of where you're from, though, there are still things you could do, instead of just looking at the news and it just owning that mentally and physically and just passing that down from generation to generation. What is your lens when you hear, because you in the medical space, all of those different things about our community?
Listen, I think the most important thing is to know that, we have a great deal of control over our health.
Right.
And that starts off when we have children. What food are we putting into our children's body? Because the food that you put in to your body is your fuel source. So, just like a car, you put bad gas in a car, it's not going to run very well.
Right.
And so, if we're trying to eat healthy, we're trying to make good decisions, try to get sleep, try to make sure that if we do have medical conditions, that we know what they are, that we know what our numbers are. And I've said that for the last 6 years, that you should know what your blood pressure is doing. You should know what your blood sugar is doing. You should be seeing your doctor on a regular basis. You should have meaningful conversations. Of the two of you, you're the most important person when it comes to your health. And so from the standpoint of speaking to your physician, own that. You know what? It's not a passive relationship like it used to be 30, 40, 50 years ago, where you sit in the doctor's office and you feel like, they're the heavenly lights is behind the physician and they're kind of talking down to you like God is talking down to you. No, this is a relationship. And so you want to be edified in that relationship, but you also need to bring something to the table. You need to know your numbers. You need to be able to ask questions. That's one of the reasons why we've established the relationship that we have, as well as, our community. Our health was essentially a project that was built on we just want to provide medical knowledge to our community. So when it comes down to asking questions, that you have questions you can ask, but at the same time, you feel good about the fact that, hey, I'm sitting in this seat. Yes, you are to be commended for the work that you've done, but I'm to be commended because I'm sitting in this seat and I want to know about my health and how I can be better about doing that.
Yes, that's absolutely amazing. So, Doc, Charles and I were talking, I guess this was maybe a week or so ago, and we were talking about how it is, and it's so great that you're here on the show today because you specialize in neurology, the study of the brain. But we were talking about, like, what was the youngest memory that we can recall, like, things that we can do, that we've done. And we were like, I wonder why we can't remember past a certain age. So I'll tell you what my youngest memory was.
Okay.
My youngest memory is, I believe, and my mom will correct me, I think I was 4. And I had to have my tonsils taken out. So I went to the hospital to get my tonsils taken out. Don't really remember that experience, but what I remember was a nurse saying I could eat all the ice cream I wanted.
Oh, you was hungry. Oh, that's what's going on. You was
So
hungry.
I was so excited. So that's like one of the younger memories. And I also remember, like, sleeping on my grandmother's porch, on Greenwood with my cousins, which I was relatively young. But those are like the only 2 memories that I really have. I'm sure I did a lot of stuff. During that time.
Let's do this. Let's ask the live audience.
Yeah.
Because then we'll do ours.
Yeah.
We want to ask Doc Hills too.
Right.
And then let him break it down. That way, that brings everybody to the table. Is that cool? So what we're going to ask y'all on the live, because me and Damali was going back and forth with this.
Right. Trying to figure it out.
Is your earliest memory? And I'm like, man, I don't remember nothing until I got to kindergarten. Until they gave me the big pencil and I got like the wagon wheel, but I'm thinking, man, why? Because we have kids now that are 2 and 3. So you're talking and you're doing things and you're getting in the car and you're going to, you're doing things that traveling and doing all of that. But I'm like, what is it in our brain where when we start to remember things going forward? And I'll say, man, my memory, and I guess I had to be 3 or 4. I remember I had an Evel Knievel.
Oh, my brother had
I had Evel, that little motorcycle.
Yeah.
And chasing that and hit a table and fell out. That's what I remember. No, I'm just saying that. My parents said I did that. And I can remember this thing where it's lights that you can put in this little thing and you build stuff. It's just like, and this is when I was in California. So it's like this light thing and you stick the little things in it and it lights up.
The light bright?
The light bright, yeah.
Light bright. Yeah.
But I can so vaguely, but here's the thing. I can't remember my mama face, my daddy face, my grandparents' face, or I can't remember my siblings. I can't remember
at that age.
I don't remember me and my siblings, nothing until kindergarten.
Wow.
Do I remember? I don't remember playing with my big sister, Melissa. I don't remember none of that. So, Doc, for one, we're going to ask you, what's your earliest memory? Like, man, I can remember. See, Doc probably like, Sue, at 2, I started reading because I knew I was going to be a neurologist. And then after that, so maybe not. But what's one, your earliest? And then maybe break down what that is, how that operated. If you're on the live, give us your earliest memory. So me and Damali can read them and laugh at y'all. Not really. But what's your earliest memory that you can remember? That you have, and maybe we got a genius in the bump. But Doc, what is the thing? What's your earliest memory first, and then help break down why that is?
So my earliest memory is when I was in Los Angeles, in LA. We lived off of 75th Street in Van Ness, and I remember walking through my house, and I was probably 2 or 3.
Okay,
and I remember music playing, and my brothers at that time, my brothers were engaged or they were married. And I remember a huge party in my backyard. And I just remember the music, laughter, and the fun that kind of went along with that.
And you was 2 or 3?
I think it was 2 or 3. And my second memory is I remember I was probably about 4. I think it was about 4 or 5. And my father was upset about something. As a matter of fact, my father was talking in a derogatory manner about my mother. And I was in his truck. And I remember he had taken me to McDonald's. And I remember on our way back, he said something derogatory about my mother, and I opened the door and got out of the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Down the street from my house, and I remember walking home into my house. Of course, he drove behind me.
right.
So
Wow.
I remember, and so it's interesting. The reason why we remember those things are because usually it's something very joyful or something very traumatic.
Oh.
Okay. So when we're forming memories, we have what we call recent memory stores and remote memory stores.
Okay.
Okay. Right. And so if you're looking in the brain and saying, okay, well, where are your memory stores? Well, essentially you have memory stores everywhere, but usually your temporal lobe, which is by your ears, okay, is where we form the majority of our memories. And we have in the front of our brain, our frontal lobe is where we also store memories.
Right.
And so those early memories are usually couched in some type of dramatic event, whether it's joy,
Right.
whether it's sorrow, whether it's pain. I bet you a lot of us remember when we got one of our first spankings.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of us remember probably when we got yelled at for the first time by a parent or by a teacher. You know, we'll remember those traumatic things. And so those memories are not only couched in the actual event, but they're also couched in the emotionality that occurred when they were being formed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, that temporal lobe is where you have those really remote memories, and in the frontal lobe you have a lot of your recent memories. So, like, the conversations we're having today. Now, we may not remember all of those conversations because they're in the recent memory area. That ultimately, if something kind of emotionally occurs or something that is definable occurs, then they can get stored in our more remote memory area.
Right. Man, that's good. Doc went there. He done walked home. Like, don't you say nothing about my mama.
Okay.
Now let me tell you something, Daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, and because can you imagine? Because he light skinned, so he was red and hot. They're like, what that little light skin? Hair probably long. Like, he got a Jerry curl. Is that natural? He probably was going. But for me, when you start saying that, you right. Because now I can go back and remember getting shots. Yeah, boy, when I was getting them shots, all I know I was dancing. Yep. I did not want. I don't know how y'all was doing. Now, what age do you start getting shots? Well, I know you get them as baby, but what's maybe next before school? 3, 4?
Yep.
Probably about
That's
4,
when they start.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I didn't like needles then, and I don't like needles now.
I get it.
Let's go to the live. Earliest memory that you have. Let's try to unpack.
Well, so AJ once said, "Good morning, doctor. I wanted to update you on my weight loss."
Okay.
He says, "Last time you were on, I was at 250, and now I'm down to 225."
All right. Good
What?
job, good job.
Yes, he
Come
said,
on.
due to the suggestions you made in the importance of balancing your weight loss. He said, thank you again. It is on and popping with you in the morning, and I'm excited to see you. Uncle Brian says, good morning, Doc. Let's see. Uncle Brian says, we are thankful that you are here. Cousin Pearlie said, congratulations. Amber said, see, he trying to get his small business thing. He on the hustle. He hustle man today. He said, Doc, I need the number to your wife so I can reach out to her to get your home looking right. He said, OCD cuts and lawn service. Uncle Brian said, Doc, I want your opinion on GLP-1 weight loss injections and pills. What do you think of them?
Well, listen, I think that the basic premise behind them is that those are medications that are geared around managing your blood sugar. And so the fact that you're able to manage your blood sugar and you're able to also have that type of significant weight loss, I think is a good thing.
Okay.
The thing to keep in mind about any medication, and you have people that will perseverate on the fact that, okay, 1% of the time, you know what, you grow a third ear on your forehead. Okay, well, then I absolutely can't take this medication because that's going to happen to me.
Right.
I think you have to look in more totality. You have to look at, listen, if I'm 30 pounds overweight and I've got diabetes or I'm pre-diabetic,
Yes.
this is a medication that can help get me to a goal where I get my weight under control and maybe I'm no longer diabetic.
Right.
And so, I think it's important, again, for you to know your numbers,
Right.
know what your medical conditions are. these are not medications that just came to market a year ago. They've been medications that have been on the market for many years that we have done exhaustive studies on. But you're also going to have some folks that are going to say, well, you know what? One of the main components of GLP-1s is something called berberine. So maybe if I take the berberine, which is actually a natural component, maybe that will help me. Well, it's there's no reason why you can't try it.
Right.
But these are medications that should be ordered and should be evaluated and watched by a professional, a licensed professional. So your physician should be involved in that process where they can look and say, hey, you know what, you're losing weight at a great rate. Or they may say, hey, you lost a little bit too much weight.
Right.
Now it's a matter of, okay, you're putting extra stress on your kidneys and liver. Let's back off of this. Let's do something a little bit differently here.
Right.
But I think it's a wonderful tool. And when you get your blood pressure, when you get your weight under better control, it will help you manage your blood sugar better as well as your blood pressure better.
Yeah.
And so, that may be a way for you to manage multiple significant risk factors for stroke or heart attack in a very systematic way.
Okay, good. Okay, Dr. Tamika Cousin Rogers said, I was 1 year old. Right. I was 1 year old when I got a Batmobile for my birthday. Man. All my big older cousins got into it and rode in it till the wheels went flat. The motor stopped. I was devastated. I think.
But the biggest thing, she said she was 1 year old and remember that.
She said, I think the memories are attached to emotions, and the strength of your emotions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Tamika. Let me see. Uncle Brian said he had a model Corvette that I was on the front porch when my grandmother and grandfather came home and told me that my great aunt had died. This was in 1965 and I was 4 years old. So he remembers up to 4. Again, trauma.
Right. Pain.
Yes. Tyson Thompson is on. What's up, brother?
Welcome to the show, Tyson.
So Tyson said the earliest memory he has was getting his tooth knocked out and running to my mother.
Hopefully that wasn't a
like
fight.
You said trauma.
Trauma.
What kind of Tyson? What kind of fight was you having when somebody had enough power to generate enough strength to knock your tooth out?
He said getting his tooth knocked out, running into his mother's belt buckle, playing hide and seek.
Oh my God,
Lord Jesus!
Hey.
Donnie said he can't remember how old he was, but he cut his foot on a piece of glass because we always played with no shoes on. He said, I know I was not in school yet. So he was young.
Yeah. And I remember that, but see, I'm 2 years older than my brother. And here's the thing, doctor. I was a doctor then. So let me tell you what I did. I got to have a doctor around.
Okay.
All we did is get that little yellow pan and we put water in it. I said, bro, put your foot in there. Because if Jesus walked on water, then if you put your foot in this water, it might just heal you. And you might can walk in this water in this pan. But I'm thinking that my brother could have bled out and died because all we did was just fill up this pan and stick it in there and watch the blood pour out. But I remember that. So that means the Lord had to touch his foot.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. Okay. Tyson said, good show, Charles and Damali. Thank you so much. And then he's laughing at you. So he said, light skin, red, jury curl. And he got all these laughing on my emojis.
Look, when you tell a story, people create images in their head, right? And so that's what I had. But my bad, Doc.
Okay. So that's what we have on the live. So we're talking about language and stories, right?
Yes.
And we're talking about memories and how all of those play a role. So let's switch and talk about why is it important for us to share stories generationally?
Man.
Well, listen, we can't put into words the importance of that because, we're learning it now. We're in a state where, our governor doesn't want us to, acknowledge the fact of what happened in 1921,
right?
Which absolutely changed the entire context of what this city and what this state looks like.
Right.
Can you imagine if that didn't occur?
Wow,
this would be a black state.
Yeah.
So we have to know that. Now, from a neurological or neuroscience standpoint, the thing is when you're telling stories, you're invoking memories, and when you're invoking memories, And when you're telling stories, you're using language.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way the brain works is that there are certain centers in the brain that do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a right-handed individual, the left frontal part of your brain is where your language center lies for your ability to speak. But also in the posterior aspect of your brain on that same side, you have a center that is involved in your ability for you to understand speech. So one is called your Broca's area and one's called your Wernicke's area, just in case anybody wants to look that up. So the fact that when we're speaking to each other, we're igniting both of those areas. You're speaking, but you're also attempting to understand other speech. When we are involved in storytelling, we're evoking emotion into that. So that becomes more deeply entrenched language skills,
right,
and learning skills and memory skills.
Right.
So as we're talking and we're formulating greater and greater memories, then those areas of the brain not only become highly developed, but those areas of the brain also can have an effect on other areas like our movement, on our sensation, on our ability to manage our emotions. I mean, the brain and the mind are two different components. Okay, we look at it differently. Mind, I mean, if you're depressed or you have anxieties or things of that sort. So it's a psychological element of the brain. I look at them as a married couple. So the brain is the physical plant. So I'm moving my fingers here.
Right.
The structures in my brain that are involved with me moving my fingers, that's the brain. But how I feel about my fingers moving, knowing that I look like I'm crazy right now, that's kind of the psychological aspect.
Right.
So the brain and the mind, they live in the same house. Okay, just like a married couple.
Right.
So if just like you come home and you're in a bad mood and you adversely affect your wife or vice versa, or you're in a joyful mood and you come home and you positively affect your wife or vice versa, they have that type of effect on each other. So when we're telling stories, it's usually invoking power. It's invoking accountability, dependability, the things that we have been able to overcome. Those typically will cause positive neurotransmitters to be released in the brain, forming positive memories and improve our overall health.
Yeah.
Now, again, not all of our stories are positive stories. And so, even a story that is kind of rooted in tragedy, it's important to know that information. But from that, you can develop negative neurotransmitters that can have a negative effect on the brain. So, the thing about the brain is that everything is interconnected. So, we say this all the time regarding children. Children should be reading, they should be singing, they should be writing, they should be doing math, and they should be involved in telling their own story. And we should be the ones also telling them the stories of our development and of our life and of our trials and traumas and tragedies, because if we don't necessarily talk about our history, then we're going to repeat some of the same mistakes that we've made in the past.
Right. Let me ask this and then we'll take a quick break, because we want to get into why 80% of strokes and heart attacks are preventable. I done lost way too many cousins, uncles, family, friends, and classmates, especially when you get in the 50 club, to heart attacks and strokes. But when you say 80% could be preventable, so that means if it was 10 people in your family, 8 of them could still be here.
Right.
Right? If we made a few adjustments. But everybody keep texting me like, did Doc come up in LA with a silver spoon, doing good? How did he become a doctor? The people want to know a little bit about your story, about how you got to this point.
Well, first, I didn't have a silver spoon.
No silver spoon? No.
He's like, no silver spoon.
I was walking home from McDonald's, as a matter of fact.
So I was a latchkey kid. My mother and father divorced at I was, I think, 6 months old. So my mother, who is no longer with me, who was a true angel from God, raised me, as a mother and a father. My father was present in his own way, but my mother essentially raised me. So, I had to grow up fast. And so being a latchkey kid, there were certain expectations. My mother did domestic work. And so during summers, I was actually, working, I was going with her to her job, riding the bus, RTD. Those of y'all who are in LA know that about RTD. And, she'd give me a portion of the newspaper, which is usually was a sports page, and that's one of the places that I really learned how to read. So I had an advanced reading level because my mother more or less gave me a part of the paper, and she would ask me questions. So how did the Lakers do last night? So
wow.
And so from that, it was poured into me that, hey, you know what, regardless of your background, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. My mother would tell me all the time, hey, you know what, if you want to be president of the United States, you can be president. You don't have to work hard.
Yes.
You might have to work. You're going to have to work harder than most everybody else, but you can do it. So, I'm a product of my mother's love and dedication, and sometimes she had to put a foot in my hind parts. But you know what? I'm a better man for it. So,
but when did you decide? You know what? I'm gonna be a doctor because you're riding on the bus, you're reading sports.
You know what? That journey was kind of unusual because I went to UCLA as an undergraduate with the idea that I wanted to go into business because my father owned a business.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't like business, and so I was the kid who, or the young man who, would sit in the front row and get all of my pens and pads and everything ready, and so I'm here eagerly listening.
Right.
But those were the classes that I would go to sleep in the front row. So my boys said, look, dude, this ain't the class for you unless you want to be in the back and go to sleep.
Right.
And so, God brings to light different things at different times. And so I actually read a newspaper, the UCLA Bruin, and they had an advertisement in that paper about sports, about athletic trainers for different teams. And so I'm thinking, hey, that's a great opportunity for me to go to a game for free. Okay.
You done analyzed it.
Exactly. Yeah,
I give somebody some water and then I can sit down and watch the rest of the game. Okay, well, it wasn't like that. But what it ended up showing me was it showed me a part of medicine where I could help athletes. And so, I became interested in orthopedics. And so that kind of directed me towards medical school. But when I got into medical school, I honestly felt like from an orthopedic standpoint, I understand this pretty well. I don't think that I'm going to learn a whole lot more other than maybe surgery. But the one thing that brought me fear and consternation was the brain, because no one really understood it particularly well.
Right.
And so, sometimes the things that brings you fear and consternation are the things that kind of drives you. And so I wanted to go into neuroscience, and, that was either neurosurgery or neurology. I met my wife while I was in medical school, and
you got 2 for 1?
2 for 1. and I realized once I met my wife that she was my number one priority. Priority.
Right.
So I didn't want to go into a profession like neurosurgery where there was a large divorce rate. You're constantly going to be pulled away to get into the operating room, and that's great for folks that have gone into that. That really wasn't what I was interested in, because I didn't want to do anything to sacrifice my relationship. But God, in his infinite wisdom, he showed me interventional neuroradiology, which is a way of treating aneurysms and carotid disease and neurological disease by going in through the blood vessels in the body, as opposed to doing complex surgery. So he brought that to light, and the rest is history.
Man, like that. We're going to take a quick break. It's 58 degrees in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's 57. After the album, when we come back, load those aspirins. Do you take natural stuff or do you go with the doctor give you? We're going to get into some of that stuff. Decisions that people make every day in their house. It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Coming back, we getting into some news that you can use. We'll be right back, y'all.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We live right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Greenwood, Homer, Black Wall Street, doing our thing here. On the medical report, we got the doctor in the house. You are live on NYCU.FM. Remember, even when this show is over at night, hey, don't turn us off, turn us up. Just, if you got your phone, go to NYCU.FM, hit that play button, and we playing the absolute best R&B and throwbacks 24/7, and anytime it's breaking news, we got you. So it don't matter if you're local, national, or international. Remember, we are live also at KBOB 89.9 FM with Uncle Bobby B. But we get to tell our stories our way, and like the doc said, that's how we all got here. So you got to pay honors where honors is due. Thanks, Uncle Bobby. I know you're listening. You got us plugged in over there. Also, remember the Juice Radio Show for your youth that want to be in this space. There's not a lot of us. If they want to come in, that's a high school program. They get to travel to Memphis, Washington, D.C. They go to Atlanta, even Africa, y'all.
Yes.
So expose the kids, to this radio space. And we also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use, but you got the best seat in the house because you're live in studio.
Yes.
Right here on Greenwood with us. Damali Smile, she put a lip gloss on. You know what I'm talking about? So she's back. It's Taco Tuesday. Hey, it's going to be 80 degrees today, Damali. A lot of great things happening.
Yes.
Everybody going to get their re-up on their vitamin D. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. So for those of you who are just now tuning in, we have the one and only Dr. Andre Fredieu in the office, in the building today with us for the first time since the Community Wake Up started.
I like you said on the radio office. This is the radio office.
Yes, radio office.
Your radio check-in.
Yes, yes.
Now, let me say this right here. Dr. Fredieu is not your doctor. Because this is what happens a lot of times. Y'all stop going to your regular.
Right.
He is not your primary person. So this is just a show where you can be comfortable with asking questions. So when you do go to see your primary physician, then you can feel maybe a little bit more comfortable about information and things that you're sharing. Right, Damali?
Absolutely, absolutely. So now what we're going to do is we asked Dr. Fredieu a question right before we went to break about 80%. We were talking about the fact that 80% of strokes and heart attacks are preventable. And so we wanted to be able for you to elaborate on that as to why we're saying that, because we say it all the time. We put that stat in our back pocket and we say it all the time on the show, but we know why. But we want our listeners and our viewers to be able to hear from your perspective why that stat is so important and why it's true.
Okay. Well, I think that other than the storytelling, which is incredibly important, and I'm so thankful that you actually brought that up. This may be the most important thing that I say. So, folks, I want y'all to lean in. Okay. thing to keep in mind about stroke and heart attack is that there are certain risk factors that will put you at a much higher risk of having one of those unfortunate events.
Right.
Hypertension or high blood pressure is the number one leading cause. If you have hypertension, okay, and hypertension essentially is if your blood pressure is consistently above 140/80, okay, then if you had a twin that was sitting in a chair next to you who did not have hypertension, okay, you have a 4-time higher risk of having a stroke or heart attack than they do.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. So if you are also diabetic, okay, that's roughly a 2 to 3 time higher risk. Again, with you having your twin sitting in this chair next to you. If you have elevated cholesterol, it's about a 2-time higher risk. If you're a smoker, it's about a 2-time higher risk. If you are a heavy alcohol drinker, it's about a 1-time higher risk.
Man.
If you have obesity,
Wow.
it's about a 2-time higher risk. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it's about a 1.5-time higher risk. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people have many of those.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Stacking them.
Right.
Yeah.
They may have hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, and they're a smoker. Well, if you, again, look at that individual versus the person that's sitting in the chair next to them, they've got about a 10 to 12-time higher risk of having a stroke compared to someone who doesn't have those risk factors.
Jeez.
So, and I didn't even talk about atrial fibrillation, which essentially is when your heart begins to skip beats. And as we get older, the heart is a muscle. So your heart has beated millions and millions of times over your lifetime.
Right.
It's a muscle, and it's charged by electrical activity. So it's quite common when you get into your 70s and 80s and 90s for patients that have atrial fibrillation or have a cardiac arrhythmia. That's about a 4 to 6 time higher risk. So if you look at what your risk factors are, you need to know them. You need to know, hey, I'm hypertensive.
Right.
And I may be diabetic. Okay. Well, that means my risk is about maybe 6 times higher that I can have a stroke or have a heart attack. So how do you manage that? You manage that by being very thoughtful and aggressive with getting properly evaluated. You want to have a meaningful conversation with your physician. Your physician is going to, they should be able to educate you more. It's okay for you to be educated, but listen, don't be Google Doc. Okay. You walking in there and you telling the doctor, how to do this.
Google Doc.
But at the same time, that's information that's out there.
Right.
So what? Hey, be well informed. But one of the things that we do not do a good job of is that we have challenges sometimes with compliance on medication.
Yes.
So we take a medication and I don't like the way that I feel, so I'm going to just stop that medication. That's not the best way to handle that. It's important to acknowledge that, you know what, doc, I don't feel good with this medication, meaning that you're having a conversation with your physician, because there are classes of medications that can be given that are different, that have different side effects. Some of them don't have any side effects. So if you're on a blood pressure medication and it's like, doc, every time I stand up, I feel dizzy, there are other medications that can be tried to manage your blood pressure without necessarily causing that.
Right.
So abruptly stopping a medication is not a great idea. It's much better to continue to take the medication, but meet up with your physician early. Let them know, hey, these are the symptoms that I'm having, so that changes can be made. The other thing is that we need to do a better job of documentation. So if you're on a blood pressure medication or you're on a medication for your cholesterol, you know what? Document how you feel. Document if you're having headaches, if you're having dizziness, any contrary symptoms, and if they can be related to the medication, maybe it needs to be changed. You got to know your numbers. Okay, so if I'm hypertensive and my blood pressure is 126 over 72, that's fantastic. You know what? Your doctor needs to know that.
When you say
this medication
document, how do you accurately document? Is it date and time? How do you?
You know what? It's a good idea to do date and time. I tell people all the time, look, keep a blood pressure log. So you know what? A little pad you can keep in, either on your bureau at home or maybe even keep in your pocket if you're checking your blood pressure at work. And you know what? Write down date and time. It helps to if you get in a routine. So it's okay, I'm going to check my blood pressure at 7 and 7. Okay, so I know it at 7 in the morning
and at night.
And at night. So it gets part of your routine. It's not a matter of what was I supposed to do today? And then you wake up and you don't have any readings for the last week because you've been busy. So by you knowing your numbers and then being able to articulate your numbers to your physician, or a healthcare provider, that allows you to be aggressively involved in your own management.
Right.
You know, people who are able to do those things, you can actually kind of change the shape of what that curve may be in regards to your health. Listen, there are some times that individuals are just going to have medical conditions that are going to be beyond them.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And listen, if you've got 4, 5, 6 of these risk factors, okay, well, your risk of having a heart attack or stroke is exponential. And so, you know, with that being said, you know what, also being thoughtful in regards to the people you surround yourself with. You know what, you know, your buddies who are going to the, you know, they're going to different restaurants and they're eating all of the worst types of foods. Hey, you know what? You may need to kind of limit some of those interactions because those may not necessarily be what's best for you in this stage of your health. But also it's important for you to have folks that you can talk to about your health and say, hey, you know, I'm worried about this. You know what? Because sometimes it's hard to get into your physician's office, but you know, that interaction that you're having, a form of storytelling, is actually helpful also.
And I think some of the responsibility falls on us, because even when I've got a few friends, a couple of friends, let me just, not a lot of them, but a couple of friends that when you tell them, hey, I think you might want to go to the doctor, or, you know, something's going on. I'm healthy as a horse. I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
And that's because they haven't gone to the doctor. I mean, the number of people that come in and see me, well, I'm healthy. It's like, okay, well, what is your definition of health? I haven't needed to see a doctor in 10 years. That's not the definition of health.
Right.
You made a choice not to see a doctor for the last 10 years. So, and a lot of times we see those individuals, and the next thing you know, we find out that they've got numerous medical conditions because they have been unchecked for the last 10 years. So, you know, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. You know what? Go see your doctor regularly and be an active participant in your own health.
And let me ask you this, Doc. So let's talk to the men for a second. You know how the brothers can be. So growing up, I can remember in our community that a lot of people used to say, you run into brothers, you be on the block playing spades and dominoes. You know what I'm talking about. I'm the champ, just in case you need to know. But anyway, everybody would say, man, don't go to the doctor. They going to kill you if you go. And you know, now you grow up hearing that. And then a lot of cousins and friends and family, by the time they do go to the doctor, they don't come out. But I think as you get older, you realize it's because you never went until you was on death door. Somebody had to pack you because you fell out somewhere and got you there. So maybe you didn't die because you went to the hospital. Maybe you passed away because you missed all of your annual checkups all your life until now you 45, 50, and you're just not going to the doctor for the first time. And I don't think it works that way. So just talk about our community. And I'm going to say definitely men, because it seems like women will go. But the brothers, we get scared sometimes to come to that. So when people in certain communities think that when you go to the hospital, you go to die, what do you say to that?
Well, listen, you know what? Again, it gets back to access and accountability. So, you know, men, it's important for us to keep in mind, we tend to live 7 to 10 years less than our wives. Wives are burying husbands. And they're burying husbands because we've been thick-skulled. We've been poorly informed, and this notion that, hey, you know what, I'm a pillar of stone, and you know, and I'm gonna just walk through life. Yeah, you can walk through life like that. You're not gonna walk through life like that for long, though. So women will go to the doctor. Women will talk about their health related issues to other women, and they will support themselves. You know, there's this notion that we as African American men, you know, need to be stoic and not have these kind of conversations. And one of the biggest issues that we have is with mental health. You know, men don't want to talk about the fact that, you know, I'm depressed, because they think it's a sign of weakness. That's a sign of strength. For you to be able to say, hey, you know what, I'm feeling some things. You know what? You know what? It's an anniversary of a loss of a loved one. You know what? I'm hurting right now. Okay. Well, listen, you know what? Let me keep an eye on that. But you know what? I'm going to give you a week. If, you know, on day number 8, if you still crying, we're going to have a conversation about maybe we need to see, you know, a mental health provider. We don't do enough of that. And so the medical establishment has done a very poor job historically in taking care of people of color. And so we're going to acknowledge that. We're not going to sit here and say that that's not true.
We're going to call a spade a spade.
We're going to call a spade a spade. You know, and listen, you know, and I live this world. So I understand that. But where the accountability component comes in is that this is your health. And so This is your health.
Right.
You need to fight for your health. You need to
That's
fight
right.
for the health, not only your health, but, as a patriarch in your family, your children and your wife are very much dependent upon you and your health. So when you're making decisions that are contrary to your own health, then what's happening is you're adversely affecting your wife and your children and your grandchildren and other elements, your community.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
So we need to be better. We need to be accountable for our own health. We can acknowledge the fact that access has been poor in the past, but again, that's why shows like this are so important. That's why Google Doc is actually can be important, because you are getting a form of education, but that cannot necessarily substitute for you getting face to face in front of a provider where they can check your blood pressure, check your blood sugar, check your cholesterol level, and then have meaningful conversations about when you need to get your colonoscopy. Do you need a prostate exam?
Right.
Those are things that we don't, I don't want anybody to be checking my prostate. Well, listen, you know what? You can either have that choice, or you can end up getting prostate cancer and dying in your 50s or 60s from it.
Right.
Okay.
So the thing about it with the men is not all about you. It's not all about us.
It shouldn't be. It should be. As a matter of fact, a community is based on education and leadership, and leadership tends to come from men. That doesn't mean it can't come from women, because you know what, in churches all over this country, they're led by women.
Right.
And one reason why is the fact that we as men have not taken care of ourselves from a health standpoint, and if you can't take care of yourself from a health standpoint, it's hard for you to lead.
Yes, and I'll say this, and I'm gonna switch it to Damali, and we'll go to the live. It makes me think about when we're young in our 20s. Then you're a man, I'm Mufasa. Say it again, Mufasa. You got all that, but then you go to 50s and 60s, and a lot of time, Raymond Lawrence, something done had a heart attack or a stroke, and now he's in a room, and now the wife got to pack you to a wheelchair, got to pack you to. Now you the big old guy. Now the rest of your life, your quality of life is down now in them later years. So you're telling us things that can give us a better quality of life in them later years, so you can walk and laugh and talk with your wife versus her pushing you around. And see, now you done probably started some with these women, because now I can hear them saying, "Do you want to live or die?" I give you saying, you better listen to me. But it's true.
They right.
But it's true though.
Right.
It's true.
Hey, you know what?
Look. She
listen, if we as men are not going to take the role of leaders in our homes and in our households, and part of that is by making responsible decisions, and because as a father, my children are going to look at me from a health standpoint. So if I'm not going to the doctor and I'm smoking and drinking and doing all of the things that I should not be doing, my children are going to look at that and say, well, if my dad is doing that, then I should be doing that.
Right.
So now you have children that are smoking and vaping at 12, 11, 12, 13 years of age, when their brain can't handle that. Their brain is not equipped to manage those types of stressors and those types of toxins. So we need to be more accountable. And part of being accountable is, know your numbers.
Know your numbers. Most important.
And there's going to be some times where, in your numbers, bad things are going to still be there.
Yeah.
But they will be a whole lot worse if you didn't know your numbers. And there's always a chance of recovery. The better your health platform is to start off with.
Yes.
I love it. Okay.
All right. So we're going to go to the live. Uncle Brian says, Doc, my grandmother read to me the same way. He said, I thank God for her and blessing me the way she did every day. So now we're going to move to, we're going to do what I call Black Community Family Feud.
Uh-oh. You ready for that, Doc?
Yes.
Are you ready?
And I actually decided to do and make it fun or funnier today than we normally have been doing. So this is going to be called the Grandma Says Lightning Round.
The Grandma says. Grandma says lightning round.
Yes. So we asked 100 people to name something Grandma used to say that didn't make no sense until you got grown.
Now, let me tell y'all something. No use in Googling. Get your mind together. Get your typing fingers together. Because when Damali does her, she actually go ask 100 people. So she done went. We got the medical report. So she done took her little butt to L.A. Asked 25 people. She probably came to Little Rock and went to the J-Bone Lounge. Asked 25 people. Went over there down to Texas. Add 25. And then she went on Greenwood and asked 25 people. So you can't Google.
Right.
So you just got to go with what you got.
Right.
But I'm going to win today. Now, yesterday, Cousin Richie got me.
Cousin Richie
I had to
got
make
you.
to call him uncle. You know, get Jerry say call me uncle. I had to call him uncle. Just say, but I'm winning this thing today.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a bonus round too.
We're gonna have a bonus round.
Doc, you ready?
I'm thinking.
You think?
I don't know.
Me and Doc
Kinda
need a
scared.
little thing to hit in here.
Right. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
You know what? We might have to do that. Okay. So round 1.
Okay.
Grandma says, keep living. What does it really mean? Does it mean A, stop asking questions? B, you'll understand when you get older? C, mind your business? Or D, I don't feel like explaining.
See what I'm talking about, y'all? Now y'all see what I'm saying? Now you see when you get stretched. This called getting stretched. You know how they do at church? The pastor say, read, because y'all need you to read it one more time so I can because I got to get the first one right. First.
Okay, so let me go back to the rules. Okay, so we're gonna name something that Grandma. Okay, so the first one is Grandma says, "Keep living." What does it really mean? Does it mean A, stop asking questions? B, you'll understand when you get older? C, mind your business? Or D, I don't feel like explaining.
B.
You say B. Okay.
B is my answer.
Okay.
And I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't feel good about it.
But that's your answer.
But that when I'm listening and I called on my ancestors, I'm like, it was just Black History Month last month, just a couple of days ago.
Right.
Doc, what you got?
Uncle Brian said B.
It's B.
It's B? Oh, well, I'm feeling better then.
Okay.
Uncle
Doc
Brian
said B.
Oh, we going.
Let me see. Ambrose says some people got all of that combined into one person. What's that risk? Oh, so he's talking about something else. Okay.
We'll come back to that after this.
Dominique said you'll understand when you get older. What letter
That's
was
B.
that? That's B.
That's B.
Okay.
That's B.
So
Okay.
Dominique said B.
That's B.
Princess Osborne, welcome to the show, man. He said B.
He said B. Okay, and who else? It looks like everybody said B.
Uh-oh.
Who else?
Molly, look like we in business.
Okay.
Oh, what up?
All right. Well, if you said B, you're correct.
Uh-oh. It's a setup. It's a setup. It's a setup.
Yes.
Look.
So the understanding is, or translation is, life is the teacher. Okay.
Life is the teacher.
All right. Good job, y'all.
It's a setup.
Okay.
I ain't going for it.
All
I
right.
ain't going for it. What's next? What
Okay. Round 2. Grandma says, "Don't bring that mess in my house." What is mess? Is that A, drama, B, gossip, C, bad energy, or D, all of the above?
Set up. Read that one more time.
Grandma says, "Don't bring that mess in my house." What is mess? Is it A, drama, B, gossip, C, bad energy, or D, all of the above?
I'm going with gossip.
You gonna go? So that's B.
That's B.
That's B. Charles said B.
Read it one more time for Dr. Fredieu. One more time.
You don't have to.
And I'm about to change my answer. No, I need it for me. It ain't really you. Really with me. It wasn't for you. It's for me.
Grandma says, "Don't bring that mess in my house." What is mess? Is it A, drama, B, gossip, C, bad energy, or D, all of the above?
That's D.
Doc says D.
I'm going with A.
Charles
A
has
and
changed
D.
to A. Now you.
I'm in A. Give myself a little lead right
Uncle
here.
Brian says A. Brian. Okay. Dominique says D. Richie said D.
Oh, Lord. Uncle Rich done said D.
AJ says A. Anna Marie says D. Ambrose says D. Pearlie says D.
Boy, my A is looking worse.
Prentice says D.
Do you have to say it with that much energy? Do you have to say it with that much energy?
I'm just saying.
You can just say D. You ain't got to say it like you're going D. Like. I'm sticking
Everybody
with my
is
answer.
going with. Okay, so if you said D, you would be correct.
See there.
Grandma says protect your peace. And all of that is a mess that ain't protecting your peace.
Protect your peace.
Mhm. All right, round 3.
I'm 1-1.
Okay. Grandma says, "What happens in this house stays in this house."
Oh, that's a butt whooping then.
What's the deeper meaning? Is it A, privacy, B, protection, C, survival strategy, or D, community reputation?
Read it one more time. Uncle Brian said, don't let her read it 8 times. One more. Just one more for me.
Okay. Grandma says, what happens in this house stays in this house.
Right.
What's the deeper meaning? Is it A, privacy, B, protection, C, survival strategy, or D, community reputation?
Doc, you got to go first this time. I done missed last time, so I got to. I think it's privacy.
Okay.
Because I can remember, I remember my mother saying that. Say, hey, you know what? Nobody else need to know what's going on up in here.
Right.
And there will be consequences of that.
And repercussions.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So Uncle Brian says privacy. So that's A. Richie says A. Who else is on there?
Anna said E. All of the
Pearlie
above.
said C.
Anna Marie Baker said E.
Pearlie. Ambrose said A. Okay. E is Anna. A is Prentice and AJ.
Answers all over the place.
Is that all?
That's all.
Nobody else. Okay. Well, if you said C, you would be correct. That's
and me, I said C.
No, you did not.
What did I say?
No, you didn't.
What did you write
said
down?
A.
I didn't say A. I said A last time.
I think Charles is cheating now.
I said C. I didn't say.
Okay.
So what is C?
It is actually C. It's a survival strategy. Historically, privacy was safety. Stories weren't always safe to share publicly. So it was survival. You keep it to yourself. Yeah.
Now, I didn't say C.
But you know what?
I know you didn't say
No,
C.
I didn't say nothing.
See, E should have been A or C because they're both privacy.
That is true.
They're both privacy.
That is true.
And C is just it's on a larger scale,
broader.
Yes. Yeah. So A or C. So Doc is right. I agree. But we made this up.
You didn't give me a chance. She didn't give me a chance to get my answer. She didn't give me a chance to get my answer. I let the doc go first and she forgot. So when you take the ACT, when you don't know the answer, which I didn't know, you go with C. That was my default. But that's up for debate. We're going to go to the next. This the bonus round?
No. One more and then the bonus round.
You see what I'm saying now, dog?
Mm-hmm.
Now you see what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
All right. Round 4. Grandma says, you better act like you got some sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does that mean? Does that mean A, represent the family well? Does that mean B, don't embarrass me? Does that mean C, think before you act? Or does that mean D, all of the above?
You see there? I told you. It's always some shenanigans. Read it one more time, because I know. See, at least I'm willing to ask. I'm here, so I don't even front. Just read it one more time so I can.
Grandma says, you better act like you got some sense.
Act like you got some sense.
What does that mean? Does it mean A, represent the family well? B, don't embarrass me? C, think before you act? Or D, all of the above?
Don't y'all know? Uncle Brian said D.
Uncle Brian said D.
Bro said he didn't hit C end on the last one.
Dominique.
Them D's are coming in. But I don't think it's D. I think it's a setup. It just smells like a setup.
Hey, Ronise, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
Uncle Brian said Charles is cheating.
Louisville. Is it Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville.
Louisville's in the house, y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, cousin. We appreciate
Okay,
you
so
tuning
Dominique
in.
said D. Are you saying D for this question, Donnie, or was that the last question?
He might be saying D for Donnie. You just never know at this point. When the confusion starts,
Stacy.
Eli, welcome to the show.
Hey, Eli. Richie said
D++. I'm going with D at this point.
Okay, so everybody is saying D. Doc, what you got?
I got D.
You got D?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you said D, you are correct.
Here
what
we go.
Grandma is meaning is that you carry the family name. So
Man.
you bet not.
You bet not.
You better not embarrass me.
Take
Exactly.
this legacy with you.
Okay, so bonus round. Last one.
For how many points?
We gave 3 yesterday.
3?
Right? 3 points.
Okay, well, if I get this, I win. I don't know what happened before, but if I win this, it's kind of like when you hit the last shot. Either way.
So, let me see. Cousin Pearlie. Right
Don't
now,
look at that. If I get it, I win. We're not going to do that there. Let them do that themselves. There's a lot been going on. Just read it, because if I get this, I miss 1. And Doc missed 1. People been missing. So
Well, see, listen, I would challenge the one that I missed.
Yeah, he said I tell.
I know.
He said
I know.
I'm throwing in the red flag.
Yeah, we got to challenge that
I would
decision.
challenge that decision.
Okay, here we go. So the
3
bonus
points.
round, 3
Come on.
points. Grandma says, I'm not one of your little friends.
Oh yeah.
What is she teaching?
She got put the switches
What
together.
is she teaching? To respect boundaries, authority, generational hierarchy, or structure? What is she teaching you? When grandma says, I'm not one of your little friends. Look at Doc.
Oh, I know, because this for 3 points, Doc. This for 3 points in your reputation, and me and you on camera. See, you can't see nobody else. We on camera. They gonna say, you got to read it one more time. Not for the people, but for me, because I got to get this one right.
So grandma says,
Grandma.
I'm not one of your little friends. What is she teaching? A, respect boundaries. B, authority. C, generational hierarchy. Or D, structure.
Y'all come on the live. They sitting there praying. They calling their ancestors. Y'all better come on. Wait, my brother said B.
I'm gonna go with C.
You're going to go with C.
Generation.
So Donnie said, you said Donnie said B?
Yeah, he said B.
Okay. What'd you say, Doc?
C.
C.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling B.
You're feeling B?
I'm feeling B, even though I'm just, I don't know what I'm feeling.
Uncle Brian
right
said, you cheating, Charles, and you losing.
Wait a minute, hold on. Look, if I get this right, Uncle Brian, it don't matter. By all means necessary. If I get this one right, and my answer is B.
Let me see. Stacy, what number
That's
was that?
tough.
Respect authority. Wait a minute. Which one? Stacy, which one are you giving? She says respect authority. We have respect boundaries, and then authority is B. So are you talking about A or B? Respect boundaries, or are you saying B, which is authority? Tell me your answer, because I want to make sure I get it right. Richie said B. Uncle Brian said C. AJ said C. Terrell said respect boundaries, which is A. Yep, which is A.
Renee said A and D. See, cousin,
Girl!
she down there in Louisville. See, we saying it right. She said,
That is too
for
funny.
3 points.
So that's
I understand.
Terrell.
Prentice said
Sandra said A.
Sandra, what's going on, Sandra?
You said Prentice said what?
Prentice said A.
Prentice said A.
No, he said what was A.
Oh, what was A? A was respect boundaries.
At this point, read it again. This is the last one anyway. Bonus points is 3 points.
Okay, so grandma says, I'm not one of your little friends.
Are you
What?
talking about Madea or our real grandma?
Your
Medea's a
grandma, my real grandma would
grandma?
say that. I'm not one of your little friends. Don't play with me. So grandma says, I'm not one of your little friends. What is she teaching?
Teaching.
Is she teaching A, respect boundaries, B, authority, C, generational hierarchy, or D, structure?
I'm sticking with B.
You sticking with B?
Ugh.
Okay. Who else? Did we get everybody? Because I want to make sure.
Need my therapist after this. I ain't got time for this.
C. Ambrose said C.
Ambrose said C.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy said B. Princess
Stacy
said B.
said B.
Sandra, welcome to the show.
Princess.
Appreciate you tuning in, my sister.
See, the answers to B and C are actually kind of close.
They are close, but see, that's the trickery right there.
Yeah.
Well, if there is no one else, is there anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay. If there's no one else, I'll give you the answer. The correct answer is A.
Boundaries. Okay.
Respect boundaries. But then it also says it could be B, C, or D.
What?
It does. I'm telling
It
you.
said-
Okay, listen, that one should.
Oh, we all win then. 'Cause I know that's a tight one right there.
He should have been all
Not
of
like
the
if you
above.
race and everybody, it's a tie. It's a photo finish.
So this is the bigger message. Grandma wasn't just talking. She was preserving boundaries, dignity, survival, wisdom, and cultural structure. Grandma was leadership in house shoes. These sayings weren't random. They were generational instructions. So what phrases do you guys remember that you hear grandma saying in your head?
That's good. So as we get ready to switch over to the Black History Trivia question, what's the question?
What phrases do you remember grandma saying? What do you hear in your head grandma saying?
Now we finna give kudos to our own grandma with our
Yeah.
own sayings in our own house, in our own generation.
So I'll tell mine first. My grandma used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just zip it. What about you? What did your grandma used to say?
What my grandma used to tell me a whole lot of stuff. I think the biggest thing. What did you say your grandma said?
If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say
That's
nothing
a
at all.
universal one.
Yeah,
Right there. That's
it
a
is.
universal
Yeah.
one right there.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma used to tell me, "Stop crying before I give you something to cry about."
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah,
Stop
that was
crying.
a good one.
You know, because I can I have an apple slice? No, orange slice. No,
Orange
orange
slice,
slice
yeah,
with
them orange
sugar on
slice,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Then hey,
Stop crying before
before I give you something to cry about. That's what she used to tell me.
What about
Grandma
you,
had a
Doc?
lot of them.
My grandmother used to say, if y'all can't play nice, then y'all need to come in the house.
Man, yeah.
Because essentially we were with me and my cousins, we were all it was probably about 10 of us, and we would be out in the front yard playing, and it would always get to a point where there would be confrontation.
Right.
She said, if y'all can't play nice, come on up in this house.
Right.
I'll say my biggest one. Then we'll go to the live because they got to use their fingers. We can just speak what we think.
Yeah.
I think when she would say, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yes.
And she would say
that's
to me
a good
that,
one.
that's the one she told me all the time. Charles, just treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Yeah.
And that's gonna help you figure out most of your life right there. And so that's why I try. I tried to Molly. I don't always get it right.
Right.
But I try to treat people the way that I would like to be treated.
Absolutely. Eli said that's what he said, meaning he said A, but he said you missed him. Charles was reading the live. I told him to read the live because I was writing. Eli said you missed him. So he mad at you now. No, he ain't.
You
mad.
got it right. If it's on the live, it's document. It's documentation. You got receipts. The live is your receipt for whatever you said, like Richie did yesterday.
Yeah.
He got hung up because over there in Iran, they messing with all our computers and everything now. I just hope they fix my credit.
Everything
I
on
heard
Iran.
they was gonna fix everybody's credit. I'm like, if you do that at this point, said everybody's credit gonna be 800, they gonna wipe everybody dead clean.
Right.
At that point, you could be our president. We don't care. Don't get that credit right.
Sandra
Anyway.
said I won, and she gave her own self some medals.
You did win, Sandra. You did win. You got them right today.
AJ said grown folks are in here talking. Yes. Remember that?
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and grandma used to say, don't you sit on my couch. Remember that couch?
Don't
Yeah. Don't you sit on my couch.
Say, what is that couch even
That's what
used
grown-
for?
That's
Legs
grown
is stuck
folks.
to the couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Donnie said it was saying Ma said it.
Ma. That's what we call our grandma.
Ma said it. It just got a little Wayne to it.
Yeah.
It's got a little Wayne to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Uncle Brian said, save that foil paper.
right.
Rinse it off. Don't burn the bridge that brought you across. You might need it for the return trip. That's Cousin Pearlie.
I like that.
That's
I
what
like
she
that.
said.
Yeah.
Sandra said, you will understand by and by and by.
Ooh, that's when she had a bob out then.
Eli said his grandma used to say, boy, sit your high yellow A down. I'm watching my soaps.
Them soaps come on. That's General Hospital.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is. That is General
That's
Hospital.
General Hospital right there.
Or Young and the Restless.
Oh, Young and the Restless
That's
for
the
sure.
Restless, right.
Or wait, One Life to Live.
One Life to Live.
Yeah.
Look, all that stuff come on then the car Bozo to say something come on at 3:00.
Right.
You gotta sit through all that torture.
Yeah. And then Ambrose said, grandma used to say, I believe you lying.
Oh, right.
I
That's what
believe
I
you
believe.
That's funny. So
Let's
thank
do this.
y'all.
Let's say the last thing
Uh-huh.
because I love showing gratitude and paying homage, because our grandmas now, all of our ancestors, they are angels that look over. So let's just say one thing your grandma did for you that you're going to always remember. There's something she did for you that you can vividly remember, or something she always did for you that you'll always remember grandma for.
I'll go first. Grandma always prayed for me. No matter what was going on, grandma is going to drop to her knees.
Always pray.
And she going to say a prayer. And I truly believe that the reason why I am alive today is because of all of grandma's prayers.
Amen.
And I mean, she prayed for all the nieces and the nephews and the cousins. My grandmother was a praying warrior.
So your grandma always
she was a
prayed.
prayer warrior. So yeah, just her praying constantly all the time for us.
I believe everybody in my family gave me a whooping except my grandma. I think everybody beat me. They just
He said they beat me.
They all beat me. And I just remember my grandma always used to say, Charles, you're gonna be all right. Shake it off. You go, you know how you get a whooping, you
Yeah,
and you can't catch your breath. She's like, you're gonna be all right. Man, I remember my grandma doing preservatives and all. Well, one thing I'm always remember that my grandma did that I loved in Arkansas is anytime it snowed, she was gonna make that snow ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Every time it snowed, we'll be waiting, and she'll go scrape that and make that ice cream. So I'm always gonna remember. And it's like still the best ice cream,
the best
I've
ice cream ever, right?
She would always make us that snow ice cream. I'm always gonna remember that amongst a lot of other things.
Yeah.
With my grandma. Doc, one thing that you're gonna always remember.
My grandmother also was a praying grandmother, but what I remember most is my grandmother used to always make me a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh my God.
And it was
yes, that
I
pineapple.
I literally would try to eat that whole thing by myself. And you know what? To this day, since she's passed, I've not had another pineapple upside down cake.
It's the love. And she made it with the love.
That's y'all memory.
Yeah.
That is my memory.
So let me go to the live real quick because there's a couple on here. Eli said, "One life to live." Y'all, we forgot about that.
One life to live. You're right, Eli. Yeah.
Let me see. Terrell Earl said, "Close the door. You letting all my air out."
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness! Right. Close that refrigerator too. The refrigerator and the regular door going outside. Man, you right.
Anna Marie said, "If a hen dips snuff, lift this wing." I don't even know what that means.
Anna,
what that mean?
That was your great grandma.
Okay, what that mean?
You know what that mean, Doc?
I got no idea, man.
Okay, Anna, you gotta tell us what that mean because we clueless on that one. Eli said his grandmother taught him how to plant a garden, cook food, bake cakes and pies, and use a sewing machine.
Wow.
Okay, your grandmother was the grandma of the year.
Big time.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Uncle Brian says he's living on his grandmother's prayers too. Donnie said Charles was bad.
Hold on, little bro. See, at least you know I ain't lying. At least you know I told the truth.
AJ says, awesome show, Wake Up. Thank you, Doc, and Community Wake Up for the ongoing education medically as well as community. He said he's headed to one of his doctor's appointments.
All right.
Doc, there you
All
go.
right, AJ, we'll see you later. Uncle Bobby said grandma could make a meal out of nothing. Now, ain't that it?
Wouldn't be nothing in the kitchen.
Right. And you like
water and baking soda.
But you eating good.
And you come out with a whole noodles and some meat and some something.
Right. Yes. Prentice said that snow ice cream hit every time.
Boy, if you didn't get it, boy, y'all city people might not got that snow ice cream.
No, we had some.
Y'all had some in the city? Oh, okay.
And Dominique said my grandma would always make sure I had some food.
Yeah, always.
And you know what? And my mama is like that now. My mama is always feeding. Nothing makes her happier than to get in there and start baking and feeding people. I mean, just love my friends know her from always cooking something.
All right, now that we all hungry, we're gonna take a real quick break. When we come back, we're gonna spotlight our small business. We're gonna get the Doc's final takes. Me and Damali gonna inform y'all on some other breaking news that I always come up with. And after we go on break, Damali said, "What breaking news?" And I'm like, "That's really none. It just sounds good when I say it." Anyway, you're on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back, y'all.
Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali right here on NYCU.FM. We also live and syndicated on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with Uncle Bobby, where he allows us to tell our story, our way. We live on YouTube, the official World One Development News You Can Use, and y'all got the best seat in the house. Right here, live in studio with me, Damali, the Doc. Shout out to Steve, our producer, that he doing this thing today. Shout out to DJ JB Smooth out there on that road. Be safe out there, brother. We love you. We miss you. We can't wait to see you. Damali, the Doc, he's showing out today. His first day back, he was ready.
Yes.
He rolls the sleeves up.
Yes.
We doing it.
He was ready. So we're talking about today language, storytelling, and memory. So we've been sharing some memories about our grandmother.
Yes.
Because we did the Black Community Family Feud.
Right.
So it kind of just started stirring up those.
Rolled on
memories.
into grandma.
Yeah. So we rolled on into grandma. And so here's a couple of more that we didn't get to mention. So Uncle Bobby says, do y'all remember that switch?
Ooh. See, they would braid them together. I don't know how they did, Charles, but you had to go get 3 healthy switches.
and don't go get a switch that's too small.
Too small. See, it's going to be worse then.
Exactly. Yeah. Grandma might come back with a branch.
Yeah.
Literally
swinging it like a baseball bat. It's like, no,
and sit on the porch way out there.
Yes. Yeah, and you get in even more trouble if you bring back a little switch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like you said.
Yeah, you in big trouble. Pearlie said, Grandma taught me how to wring a chicken's neck off.
Ooh. Yeah, that's in that country.
Gross.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, that's country.
That's old school.
Like
that's country. I like, nasty.
Look, and here's the thing: when you wring the neck, it take off flying, fly all on the roof, fly all around the trees, and then just die right by you and say, "Take it to the frying pan."
That is gross. Eli says, "I still know how to make clothes from flour sacks."
Man,
wow. Now that's making
talk. Yeah.
Cousin Pearlie said, Charles, you and Damali are an awesome team. Thank you so much.
That means it right.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Eli said, and I still know how to lick S&H green stamps.
Oh my God, I know. You sure got to do it. Lick that for me. Then she gonna put that like.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is disgusting.
See, we done took everybody back now.
Right, it took me way back. Darlene said, good morning. Still waiting on a phone call from Damali. Uh-oh. I am so sorry, Darlene. I got you, girl, because she got some samples for us that we got to get.
And she going to call herself the Community Wake Up.
Listen,
she won't even call you. And
I forgot, y'all. We be doing a lot of stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm going to call you, Darlene, for real.
After the show.
And if I don't call you, send me a text, girl, because I be moving too much. Richie said, KBOB 89.9 FM, you know you were in trouble if they told you to go out there and get your own switch. You better come back. Ooh. You better not come back with the wrong one.
Isn't that like torture? You're like, okay, I want to get deep. So let me go find the biggest switch I can find.
Right.
You know what I mean? To hurt my own self.
Right.
So imagine the psychological. See, that's where trauma comes from. Trauma was born in the switch, Damali.
Right.
Is what I believe.
Right. And then KBOB, Uncle Bobby said, me and my cousins said we were hungry. We went out to the chicken coop and wrung a chicken's neck. Grandma cleaned it and cooked it in front of us and put it on the plate and made us eat it. I wasn't hungry then. Like I
at that point, you're looking like
I
just want to eat the chicken from churches.
That's some behind the curtains.
I don't want to see the process.
We don't want to see all that.
Yeah, just give me the Louisiana hot sauce and a piece of bread, and I don't need the rest of it.
I don't want none. I'm good. I don't want that. That's kind of how I was in Africa. I was like, nah, just give me a pineapple.
All right, y'all. It's 47 after the hour. It's 6 degrees in Tulsa. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today, man. We only got about 13 more minutes with y'all. What fun we have had, Damali. What you want to do, the trivia?
Let's go ahead and do our Black History trivia question. Remember, I was giving you did you know facts, but now we to the trivia.
Back to your thinking cap.
Yeah. It didn't play.
Let's come on to it. We might as well just.
I don't know. Well, for whatever
Let's go
reason,
to
it
it.
did not play. So we'll just go ahead and do the Black History trivia without the drop. So we're talking about language and storytelling, right? So this is the language and storytelling edition. You know, Richie won on yesterday.
Right.
So we're going to see who's going to get it today.
Me? So I'm going to get it.
We're going to see.
If
Uncle
nothing else,
Brian
I
said
got
you was
confidence.
cheating. He said you was cheating.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so which Harlem Renaissance writer was known for preserving Black Southern dialect and oral storytelling traditions in her novels and anthropological work? Was it A, Langston Hughes, B, Maya Angelou, C, Zora Neale Hurston, or D, James Baldwin?
Read that one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, you said some stuff right there. We all in Harlem now. I got to get I need some Timbs on my feet. You know what I'm talking about? I need to change my dress code. You know, I got to get to the Bronx. I got to get my energy right. So go ahead. Let me get to my New Yorkers.
Which Harlem Renaissance writer was known for preserving Black Southern dialect and oral storytelling traditions in their novels and anthropological work? Was it A, Langston Hughes, B, Maya Angelou, C, Zora Neale Hurston, or D, James Baldwin?
Man, it's Langston Hughes or Maya Angelou. What I'm thinking. I'm thinking out loud. Did y'all hear what I said? My bad. What y'all got on the live? They trying to Google the stuff. You see what I'm saying, Damali? Because you done read it twice. See how the people do? They're like, no, Charles, give me a minute. You know what? Man, because our grandson came in here and hung out with us in the radio station, because since I don't know the answer, no way, I'm just going to go with Maya Angelou.
You're going to go with Maya Angelou. So
Love
that's
her.
me, Charles.
Miss her.
Love her too.
If she didn't do it, she could have done it.
Right.
She didn't do it, she could have did
All
it.
right. So let's see. We got Richie says B.
Oh.
Donnie says B.
Oh, see, and I answered early too.
Eli said A.
Oh, and Eli
Uncle
said
Brian said D.
A. Oof.
Who said Langston Hughes? A is Langston Hughes. Stacy. Okay. All right. Anybody else gonna weigh in?
Yeah, I think Langston Hughes is actually from Harlem. So I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
go
go
with A.
Okay,
Yeah,
Doc.
Yeah, mine, I think it's from Arkansas.
Mhm.
Ooh.
All right. Anybody else?
No, hold on. Doc said something right there. Hold on. Hold up. Relax. Breathe. Go back to the affirmation. Hold on. You know what? Hold on.
Prentice said C.
Man. I'm going Langston Hughes. That's my final answer.
Charles, you already said.
Hold on. Relax. Didn't nobody hear
Maya.
that? I said Langston Hughes.
You did
hadn't
not.
said the answer
You
yet.
said you was going with Maya because her grandson was on the show.
I did say that. Shout out to her grandson.
I didn't forget.
I appreciate him coming by, but I'm going Langston Hughes.
You going with Langston Hughes?
I'm
All right, so
going with my
Charles
frat.
is changing his answer.
I'm going with my frat.
All right.
You-
Okay. Eli said, "Google Simon Be Simple." What is that?
And Prentice said Zora
Yeah,
Hurston.
I got
Yeah.
Prentice. Prentice.
If it's
Okay, is that everybody? Uncle Brian said Charles is trying to cheat.
Look. You
All
know,
right, are we ready?
No. No, we
said
ready.
no.
It's C or A. I know it's one of them.
Okay, so if you said C, which the only person that said it was Prentice,
I knew it. I said it's a
correct.
trick.
Yep.
I said it's a trick because I said C or A.
And I think
should've
Prentice
switched.
has been right about everything all day.
all
all
day.
day.
Prentice has been the man.
But see, I know Prentice. I
Yeah.
grew up with Prentice.
Uh-huh.
He always know everything. He's sharp. I don't even know why. I didn't see his answer till later. And when I
Right.
seen it, that's why I said it's A or C.
Yeah.
Because he been smart from the beginning of the time.
Right.
So,
Zora Neale Hurston didn't just write stories, she preserved language. She honored the way Black people spoke, laughed, told stories, and expressed wisdom through dialect and folklore. She protected culture, power through storytelling. And that's how language becomes legacy.
Eli said, no. It's too late, Eli. I understand the no, but yeah. Today was not my day, but tomorrow
Yes.
for Hump Day, I'll be back.
So Prentice,
Prentice, you the winner.
Yeah, so Prentice, and yesterday we had Richie. So these are going to be the people that are moving forward
How
to
you
the
gonna be
Friday.
on the show and not winning? I got to win the rest of the week now. And if they keep winning, there's no way I can win. If they win one more day, that means I have no chance because there's going to be only 2 days left. So I'm going to need y'all to lose tomorrow. I don't want y'all to be losers in life. I just don't want you to get the show right. Okay, let's fire off these questions real quick. Then we'll jump right back over here. Doc, because these people keep asking.
Okay.
And you can do the short version because we got like 7 minutes.
You got it.
Low dose aspirins, good or bad, and why?
Okay. So there's something called primary prevention and secondary prevention.
Okay.
Secondary prevention means you've had a condition and now you're taking a medication to prevent another event from occurring. Primary prevention is you're taking it now so that you don't have the first event.
Okay, gotcha.
So studies have shown that aspirin is incredibly effective when it comes to secondary prevention. So if you have a heart attack, then you start taking aspirin. I am a believer in primary prevention. And so I take an aspirin a day. I've never had a heart attack or stroke, thank God, knock on wood. Hopefully don't have to worry about that. But I am a firm believer in primary prevention also. But you're going to have physicians that are going to say, well, the data shows that aspirin is only best taken in a secondary preventative state. So keep that in mind, folks.
Okay, white coat.
White coat,
true or false? Is white coat a real thing?
It is. So white coat hypertension or white coat phenomenon.
Right.
You know, people when they see the white coat, a lot of times they get a little anxious. That can drive your blood pressure up, can drive your heart rate up. A lot of times I will actually walk into my patient's room without a white coat on and you can actually see that it can help. But, you know, going to see your physician is stressful. And so your physician should not necessarily just look at your blood pressure that's in front of you and say, hey, you're hypertensive. That's where having a blood pressure log is important. So you go in and see your doctor. It's like, hey, I've got 2 weeks worth of readings. My blood pressure looks pristine. But when I'm here to see you, my blood pressure is elevated.
So is you.
So exactly. So, you know, that's why I make sure that you take some information into your physician so that they can make the appropriate decision on your blood pressure medications if it needs to be changed.
Okay, so the white coat is real, but still go see your primary care physician, though.
Yes, you do.
And y'all make the decision together. Don't make that by yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. Last thing, natural herbs and spices versus what you get from the pharmaceutical or what your doctor recommends for you.
Well, listen, studies have been done primarily on pharmaceutical medications. And so, you know, like for blood pressure medication and blood sugar medication, you've got tens to hundreds of thousands of people that have been put on medications over many decades that they've gathered data. You don't have that same data when it comes to the more holistic agents. That does not mean that the holistic agents cannot be taken. Okay, so I mean, there's things like turmeric and coumarin and berberry and a variety of other things that have been shown to be effective. It's just that should not be your only agency as far as managing your healthcare. One should not necessarily substitute for the other. I'm a big proponent in a multivitamin. A good multivitamin is going to have virtually everything that you need in it in an FDA approved level. If you've got to take 15 natural pills to kind of get for you to feel like that I'm getting everything I need, that's too many. We'll find you a good multivitamin. But don't substitute out your pharmacological medications for holistic medications without having fervent dialogue with your physician and being well read. That's something that you should be able to look into and present that information. I've had patients that have actually talked to me about, hey, do you know much about this herb that I did not know about? Okay. And like ginger is very good for cardiac health. And so I have patients that are taking ginger or they may be taking, other agents. And so, that's good dialogue. Who knows, you may even teach your doctor a little bit.
Okay. Last thing, and this will be, you got like 60 seconds then, you got 60 seconds and I got 30 seconds. Is that fair?
No.
Final thing, are you encouraged or discouraged about the minority community and health right now, March the 3rd? I'm
actually encouraged, and the reason I'm encouraged.
That's good. Hold on, let me hand clap that. Because you were discouraged in the beginning. Okay.
I'm encouraged by the fact that there are community projects that are in the hopper, and a lot of the things that you guys are doing of bringing health related information to our community, other than in the most traditional way.
Right.
I think if the only important thing that's going to be said is going to be said in a hospital or said by a doctor, you know what, our community is going to have a problem with that. But you know what, as we pour into each other, I think that the overall education is going to go up, and we'll make much better decisions.
Well, Doc, I just want to say thank you, love you, appreciate you. Hopefully, we're going to try to get him in again before the end of the month, but we'll see. Depends on how his schedule goes, so no pressure. But it's been a great day today. We appreciate y'all question, answers, comments, and all of that good stuff. Damali, I turn it back to you.
And we see the answers on the live, but we're running out of time. We got 2 minutes, so we want to remind you that EduRec Spring Break Camp is now accepting registrations. You can call them at 918-430-3947. There's a host of scholarships that are being offered. We'll post that on our live feed. Tomorrow, our theme is going to be food, family, and tradition.
Yes.
That's what we're going to be talking about. So we want to make sure that we remind you that if you want to advertise on our show, then you can go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry, and somebody will get back in contact with you. And we also want to tell you that the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to us at this table, as well as the people on the live, and not necessarily to any station, affiliates, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM or KBOB 89.9 FM.
I'm going to read some of the things on the live. Eli said, would pick right out of the backyard, drink mullein tea. Mullein tea when you have a cold. Grandma made it every time. He would get out the backyard. My brother said, I take black seed oil.
Okay.
All right. Uncle Brian said, great show.
Thank you.
Ambrose said, thank you, Doc. I appreciate the knowledge. Cousin Pearlie said, thanks, Doc, for sharing with us great information. And with that being said, love you, Doc.
Yes.
We'll see you again soon.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in. Click share because we covered a lot of information, but we got to go. Thanks to our producer, Uncle Bobby, Damali. But this has been the Community Wake Up. I'm one of your hosts, the one and the only announcing, I'm just playing, Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
We'll see y'all on Hump Day tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye.